Hi people, excuse the lighting. Today is Thursday the 12th, so tomorrow will be Friday the 13th, and I thought it would be fun to do a 24-hour reading challenge on Friday the 13th in October. I thought it would be really fun, and my husband is actually doing a night shift right now. I just gave him a lift to his work, so he will be gone. I will be home alone, and I wanted to scare myself shitless, probably is what I wanted to do. So yeah, I am home alone all night, and tomorrow morning my husband will be back and he will go to sleep right away. So I thought it would be fun to do a 24-hour reading challenge because it is, as I said, it is going to be October 13th in an hour because it's 11 right now, and I have read exactly zero books this month, and my goal for this month was to read 10 books. So not off on a strong start, I must say. But yeah, I am reading Fourth Wing, and there's about 50 pages left in that book. So once the clock strikes 12, I'm going to start with that book, Fourth Wing, and I'm probably going to be reading that for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And I thought that it would be smart to include audiobooks in this 24-hour reading challenge, because after an hour and a half, I think I will be fine still to start another book and just read. But at some point I'm going to be very tired. I already know, because I woke up at 7 this morning. I had to be somewhere, and you know, I have already been awake for 16 hours. Yeah, 16 hours. Definitely, yes, I've already been awake for 16 hours today, and I'm going to go and be awake for another 25, so is it realistic? No. Are we surprised that I'm not doing something that's realistic? Also no, so whatever. I thought it would be a good plan to do audiobooking, because if I get really tired, I can just say, and you know what, I'm going to turn on an audiobook and I'm going to do the dishes. I didn't do the dishes yet today. Or I could clean a room or something, and that way I get my blood flowing and I might be able to stay awake for another few hours. And I'm not going to keep myself awake if I'm getting really tired. I'm going to have a few hours of sleep, but well, I gave my husband a lift to his work, so that means that I'm going to have to pick him up as well. He is free at 7, so that means I have to be awake at 6 in the morning. So if I go to sleep at maybe 3 or 4, if I make it that far, I'm going to have to wake up again in just a few hours. So, and after that I'm going to try to stay awake again. I'm going to have to take care of our animals. Well, the cats are probably going to be fine without me, but I'm going to have to walk my dog a few times, and he needs attention. So yeah, I'm going to have to do that because my husband is going to be asleep because he worked all night, and tomorrow night he has to go back to work again and work all night again. So yeah, the taking care of the animals falls on me. Of course my dog can sleep as well, but it's only going to be for a few hours. So anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to make my set. Well, it's 11, so I'm just going to watch some YouTube, but once we get closer to 12, I'm going to get myself a tea. I'm just English breakfast tea, so I can get it's not caffeine, but it's close to caffeine. And I'm going to get cozy, put on pajamas, and get in bed and get myself some snacks first, then get into bed and put on my pajama, and then get into bed. And I'm going to read Fourth Wing is first up, and yeah, I'm gonna finish that. Okay, you get the gist. 24-hour reading challenge. Let's go. So it's almost 12. I got myself a tea over there, and I poured myself a water, sparkling water, and now I'm debating whether or not I should take off my makeup, because if I don't take off my makeup, I'm less likely to go to sleep. But this makeup has been on my face for 16 hours, so I should definitely take it off. Also less chance of falling asleep with makeup on if I take it off. So I'm going to do that, get cozy in my pajamas, and then I can go to sleep. No, I cannot go to sleep. I can read. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. So makeup gone, lighting is really shit. It's not 12 yet, so I don't have to start yet. So I'm just going to watch some YouTube videos while I am still able to. But yeah, spooky time. October 13th, Friday the 13th. My husband is gone, and I'm not used to being alone at night. Now that I think about it, like last week he had a streak of 5 night shifts, and so now he has another streak of 5 night shifts. But before that, I have actually never spent the night alone, ever. But it is pretty scary to me, but I will manage. I'm a grown woman, it's fine. But yeah, it is scary to me, and it helps me a little bit to have you for company. So thank you so much for being here with me. I've got my book, Fourth Wing, here, and I am cozy in my bed, and I will be reading for 24 hours straight. It's 12, so I'm going to start right now. Put some music on in the back, and we're gonna go Fourth Wing. I'm on chapter 35, which is on page 439. So it's about 60 pages, so I think that will be 2 hours of reading, but we will see. I fell asleep like right away. It's 6:30 now, and I'm going to pick up my husband, and probably sleep some more after I get back, because I already slept so much right now. So I'm not really good at this, am I? Friday the 13th, right? So I'm just unlucky. I think that's it. Good morning, you guys. It is 10 o'clock almost. So I slept for another few hours, and I have clearly failed already. But I don't want to give up entirely straight away. I want to still do what was my plan for the day anyway. So do some housework, chores, and walk my dog while listening to an audiobook, and in the time in between still read. So Fourth Wing is still on. I only read like 2 chapters yesterday night, so I'm going to keep on reading that one, and hopefully be done with that by 11, and then I will see what I will do then. So let's do that right now. I just got ready and it is now 11:30 almost. While I got ready, I was listening to Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I was already halfway through that audiobook, so there is a little bit over 3 hours left. Well, it's almost 4 hours left. I am going to go on a walk with my dog, which will take an hour, and I'm going to do some chores around the house, and I do think that I should be able to at least finish this audiobook today. And in the meantime, you know, in between tasks, I will be reading the physical book. I am still not done with Fourth Wing, so I'll be reading that. But well, first off, I'm going to have some breakfast, and then I'm going to go on a walk with you. It's a bit past 12:30 now, and I just came back from the walk with my dog. I'm going to make some coffee right now and go back to Fourth Wing and just chill and have some coffee. And then after that, I will be returning to Frankenstein, which has 2.5 hours left right now, and be productive around the house. Almost finished this, and I'm getting, oh, I want to finish it, but I have to do some chores, but it's so tense right now and things are happening, and I want to finish it, but I mean, I can't right now. I'm going to have some self-control for once in my life and do some chores. Clean the kitchen, clean the living room, do some laundry. It's 2:45. I have cleaned the kitchen, I have folded some laundry, I did some laundry, and now I'm going to finish Fourth Wing for sure. I'm very curious as to what is going to, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that it will end well for the main character. I mean, I already know that there's going to be 2 more books, so that means that she will probably survive, right? But it's not a given because, well, I will not spoil other books for you, but just know that I have read series where one of the main characters dies in the first book, so it happens. But anyway, the Fourth Wing is about a military school where a girl has to enlist. Her mother forces her into it, and she doesn't want to. 75% of students of this school die before graduation, and she has been training all her life to become a scribe instead of a dragon rider, which this military school teaches you to become a dragon rider. So she really doesn't want to, and she doesn't feel like she's up for the task, but during the book she learns about herself and how much she's worth and what she can do, and that she is actually capable of becoming a dragon rider, and this follows her throughout her first year in this dragon school in a land where there's also war. So it's very it's very nice. I really like this book because it's a coming of age kind of story, and you follow her through her insecurities and how she overcomes them, and it's very inspirational. And of course, it's just really fun to read about dragons and magical kind of school. You know, Harry Potter is always great, so anything with a magical school is usually very fun to me. So yeah, there's about 25 pages left, and I'm going to finish it right now. Very curious, very fun, but also kind of sad that it's going to end, but that's how it goes, isn't it? Yeah, gonna finish it now. I finished it. Plot twist at the end. I love this book. I don't think it's a 5 stars for me. I have to let it sink in. I think it's gonna be 4.5 stars, but I loved it. As I said, it's about girl Violet who is very insecure in herself. Well, not really insecure in herself, but in her abilities as a writer. She knows her abilities as a scribe, but she's very insecure about her strong writer abilities. She gets to know herself and she gets to find a type of confidence in herself. And of course, this is about the country where they live and the war that they're in and stuff like that as well, which is also very interesting. A very good story. But yeah, I love that part about it the most, and I cannot wait for the second book in the series to come out. So I'm going to look up when the release date is right now. I'm not jumping straight into a new book. I'm going to fold some laundry and listen to Frankenstein, which I'm almost finished with as well, which is about, well, you probably know what it's about because it's very old and very popular, but it's about Dr. Frankenstein who creates a monster, and yeah, stuff happens. So I'm going to maybe finish that while I fold the laundry. I don't think so though, because it's still about 2 hours left, so I'm not going to take 2 hours to fold the laundry. I just looked it up, and the next book in the series, which is Iron Flame, will be released in less than a month, so that's great news. I'm going to pre-order it right away because Fourth Wing was sold out everywhere, I believe. So yeah, great news. I'm gonna pre-order it now and it's on my TBR for November. So great. It's 5:30 and I am going to pick up Bright Young Women right now, which is a thriller. So I don't think I will be able to finish this one today, but at least I'll start, and hopefully I could get to the middle or something. Yeah, but I know how this went all the previous times, and I know how quickly I read, and I shouldn't get my hopes up too much, and I shouldn't be too harsh on myself. So I am just gonna start it, at least. So Bright Young Women, which is about a 70s serial killer that kills sorority girls, something like that. So it sounds, the premise is very thrilling, and it sounds like quick read, like an exciting read, like something I don't want to put down. So let's go. Oh, it's dark. Sorry, it's so dark I cannot help it, but It is 9 o'clock and I'm on page 35 of Bright Young Women, which is about a serial killer. I think I mentioned this before, but I'm having a little bit of trouble. Oh my god. I'm on page 35. I'm having a bit of trouble getting into it because it's written kind of weird. Like, I just don't know what's going on, at least in the beginning. In the beginning few pages, I didn't know what was going on at all. I didn't understand like what they were doing and but anyway, I am understanding what's happening right now. And I'm on page 35, but I need a break because it's getting hard. So I'm going to watch some YouTube video. Yeah, I think just one, and then get back into it. Or maybe I could do some housework and listen to Frankenstein before getting back to Bright Young Women again. It's 11. My husband left for work. He will be gone for the night, and I'm on page 52. So there's about an hour left of the 24-hour reading challenge. I'm going to read for an hour. Hopefully I'll get to the 100-page mark, but might just be page 80. But I made myself some tea. I am by my bed. Well, I need to obviously wash my face, and then I'm gonna read for another hour, and then as I said, hopefully make it to page 100. We'll see. So makeup is off, I'm in the bed, I'm going to read. So my husband thankfully only has a few night shifts, and then he will never have to do night shifts ever again. I told you yesterday night that it is pretty scary for me because I've never been home alone, which is true. That's why it's scary. But there's also another thing that makes it very scary for me, because 2 years ago we actually got robbed in our house while we were sleeping at night, which is really scary. So yeah, 3 men came into our house and threatened us, and thankfully they didn't have any weapons and they were gone in 5 minutes. But you know, it's scary, and I'm home alone, which makes it even scarier. But thankfully we've moved since then, so we're in a different house, which makes it less scary, and the area where we live is way safer, so that makes it less scary. And one of the guys that did it has been caught by police, and he's in prison right now, so I don't have to be afraid of him. The other 2 guys are still free, but they were, I mean, it was clear that the one guy that is in prison right now was kind of the perpetrator, the one that was leading the other 2 guys, and he was also 10-15 years older than the other 2 guys. And I even remember, like, my husband went downstairs where he tried to get them out of the house, right? And one of the guys actually ran upstairs while I was calling 112, which is the European 911. And I remember he snatched my phone from me and he was shaking, so I feel like those guys, I don't have to be afraid for them in any way. And I'm not afraid of them, but it's just that also not afraid that it will happen again. It's just a reaction that my body has to being alone at night right now. So yeah, very glad that my husband isn't going to be away from home a lot again. Like, this is just a temporary thing, just it's gonna be over before I know it, and he will never have to do night shifts again, probably. So that's kind of nice. So anyway, let me get back to this serial killer book, right? As I said, I'm on page 52. Oh, I'm actually on page 55. So and it's 11, so I hope I'm going to try to get to page 100, and then well, then it will probably be past 12, but I think I can manage to get to page 100 before I stop this 24-hour reading challenge and wrap it up. It's 1 o'clock. I have reached, well, it's not 1 o'clock, it's 1:45, but I have reached page 92, and I'm going to quit reading for the night, and this will be the end of my 24-hour reading challenge. It was pretty disappointing. I feel like I read less than in the other two 24-hour reading challenges I did before. But I will wrap up my thoughts tomorrow, and I will go to bed right now and sleep. So, see you tomorrow. So that was the 24-hour reading challenge again. I believe it's the third time I did this, and this time I think it was the worst 24-hour reading challenge I ever did. And it was themed this time. It was a Friday the 13th 24-hour reading challenge. So it is on theme that I failed because I'm unlucky. But anyway, so let me first talk about the books that I did read in this 24-hour reading challenge. So I started off with Fourth Wing, which I had already read for the most part. I believe there was about 60 pages left for me to read. So yeah, that was easy to get through because I already loved it. And I think this one is a 4.25 stars for me. And it isn't a 5-star rating for me because it just didn't give me the feeling that 5-star books give you. I did really love it, but there wasn't that feeling that 5-star books, like, you know when a book is 5 stars because you just get so emotionally attached to the characters and the story, and it was less of that for me in this book. But well, I talked about it a little bit in the clips, and this one I really liked the character arc where the main character is kind of unsure of herself, and through going to the dragon school that she goes to, which is kind of a military school and there's a lot of jockey people there, she finds herself and she finds her strength, and I really like that. It was really inspirational for me, so 4.25 stars. This does have spice in it. There's scenes where they explicitly talk about well, there's explicit sex scenes in this, so I'm not sure if it's young adult. I believed it was young adult when I picked it up, but yeah, the sex scenes made me question it, but I think it's still young adult. So anyway, Fourth Wing, 4.25 stars, and I love this one. I would really recommend it. I went into this thinking that it was probably overhyped and that I probably wouldn't like it as much as I did, and I surprised that I really like this one. And yeah, so really recommend this one. Next up, I listened to Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and I was already halfway through the audiobook when I started this challenge. So let's see. So this has 230 pages. So I read about 100 pages of this. Well, I listened to about 100 pages of this. It came in really handy for a 24-hour reading challenge to listen to something because you know, I have other stuff to do in my day, and mainly when I went on walks I could listen to Frankenstein. This is about Dr. Frankenstein, and we follow him in making a monster. He tries to give life to a dead body, basically. I believe Frankenstein is composed of several dead bodies that he put together, and then he gave it life. And we follow Dr. Frankenstein and his story after like, he makes this monster pretty early in the book, and then he gets really depressed about making the monster, so we follow his depression as well. And then a lot of people die, and we later hear the story of the monster of Dr. Frankenstein, and this is a really sad book. As I said, you follow the depression of Dr. Frankenstein, and then also you hear the origin story of the monster who had a very hard life and then decided that he wanted to kill people. Had a very hard life and then decided that he wanted to kill people to get his revenge on humanity. And it's really sad. I believe she just thought of this story while telling scary stories to her friends and with her friends, and this just happened. So it might just be just a fun and scary story. Yeah, it is really depressing, so think about that before you get into this one. Maybe the audiobook made it more depressing because of the voice actor. He was speaking in a very sad tone as well. But anyway, Dr. Frankenstein, I give it, I don't know, I think I give it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I usually enjoy classics very much because of the way they talk and the way they treat each other, and it's just so fun to read about because it's a whole different world. So classics are always good in my book, and yeah, this one was just very, very interesting to read because of the really grave topics that are being discussed in this one. So would recommend this one as well. Next up, I started reading Bright Young Woman, which I got to page 92, I believe. 97 actually. I am on page 97 right now, so I read about 100 pages of this book as well. And I cannot give you a rating right now because I haven't finished it. But this one is it's based on Ted Bundy, and this is about sorority girls who got murdered, and it follows one of the sorority girls trying to, well, I don't know yet because I'm only 100 pages in. So anyway, it's about a serial killer and sorority girls. So that's all I know actually right now. And I had a little bit of trouble getting into it, but after the first couple of pages, it was fine. I could understand it way better then. I just had some trouble getting into it and getting into the way she writes, but I'm curious to see what happens next. So to end things off, I read about 300 pages in 24 hours, which is not nearly enough. 24 hours should be about at least 700 pages. But also I slept for like 8 hours of these 24 hours. What did I learn? 24 hours straight is not a good idea. Especially not if you have already been awake for an entire day. The next time I'm going to do a 24-hour reading challenge, I might do separate it into 2 days and do 12 hours on the first day, 12 hours on the second day. The goal of this was to get more books down so that I could read more of my October TBR. So, well, I did make some progress, but not a lot, so failed again. Please let me know in the comments what I could do the next time to read more. And I think that's it for me today. So thank you so much for watching, and comment down below any tips you have for me, any book recommendations you have for me. How did you like the books that I read in this video? Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you would like to, and see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.